Hi, hello. So, good afternoon to one and all. So, I welcome all of you for this interesting zoology session. So, in this session, we are going to discuss the first chapter, chapter 5, namely the digestion and absorption. So, what is digestion? So, what is digestion and what is the need for digestion? And so, what is the substrate that undergo digestion? So, that we have discussed first. So, listen, we eat food. So, why we eat food? That food gives energy. That food gives us energy. So, not only provide energy, also that food that provide the substances that responsible for the growth, the growth of the individual. Also, that food that replace the worn out tissues, that means the damaged tissues. So, we have to consume food since we need the constant supply of energy. We need the constant supply of the energy. So, like the electric energy. Without electric energy, that light or the electric fan, it won't work continuously. If it should work continuously, that fan, it need a constant supply of the energy. So, imagine our machine, that is body is like a machine. Okay, our body is like a machine, it need a constant supply of energy. Okay, so we get energy from the food. We get energy from the food, also that that responsible for the growth and development, and also replace the dead tissues, worn out tissues, right? For that purpose, we eat food. Okay, sir, I understood. I got it. So, what are the components of the food? The next, that something we eat in order to get energy is food. So, what are the components? That food contains carbohydrate, protein, lipid, vitamins, minerals, fiber and water. So, these are the that components or nutrients of the food. Our food should contain all these components. So, if our food contain all the components, that is called balanced diet. That is called balanced diet. We have to consume the food that should contain all the components in an appropriate ratio. Appropriate ratio. Right? If it contain all, that is called balanced diet. If we consume the food without any one components, without one or more components, that is called unbalanced diet. Unbalanced diet. If we consume unbalanced diet over a long period of time, that causes malnutrition, deficiency disorders. That causes malnutrition. That causes malnutrition. That causes certain diseases. Okay, that's all. Why we consume food? What are the components of the food? That is we discussed. And the food we eat that contains the components which are in complex form, that is chemically and physically larger. So, our body cannot absorb that macromolecules directly. So, that macromolecules, it should be break into small pieces. That process is called digestion. Okay, see, the food we eat contain the macromolecules. So, that cannot directly absorbed. that cannot directly enter across the what is that system, the tissues that cannot enter, penetrate, so that it has to be broken into the pieces, that macromolecules cannot directly enter into our cells, so that it have to be broken into smaller micromolecules into absorbable form. Okay, then only it can be absorbed. Okay, that converted into smaller absorbable form is called digestion. That is called digestion. That is called digestion. Okay, where it takes place, the digestion takes place in the digestive system, that system responsible for this conversion of the macromolecules into smaller micromolecules, that takes place inside that system, that responsible for the digestion is the digestive system. Sir, I have one doubt. So you are telling that our food contains the macromolecules, it is converted into micromolecules. So I couldn't understand what is macromolecule. Give an example. Okay, I'll give. We eat that food, it contain mainly we consume carbohydrate. Food major portion contain carbohydrate. We consume carbohydrate in the form of starch and protein, fat or lipid. So these are the major components of the food, major components: carbohydrate, protein, fat, lipid or vitamin, minerals, vitamin, water, roughages that are already simple, that need not be digested. So these are the macromolecules. So these are chemically larger, that starch. So that our system, it break that carbohydrate, that starch, namely starch, into glucose. Glucose plus glucose. Glucose plus glucose. That starch is broken into that glucose plus glucose. So that you know that glucose, which are the monomers, that is simple, chemically simpler, chemically smaller, that is micromolecule. So you know that this is the monomer, this undergo polymerization that form the carbohydrate, namely starch. This is also carbohydrate, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, that composition, that is called carbohydrate. The starch is the polysaccharide, it's a complex, chemically large, it is a polysaccharide, and glucose is the monosaccharide. Many monosaccharides unite and form the polysaccharide starch. So imagine that starch is like a garland, it's like a garland or mala, பெரிய மாலை, தலைவருக்கெல்லாம் போடுறாங்கல்ல, அது மாதிரி பெரிய மாலை. அப்ப அது it is made up of individual flowers, ஒரு ரோஸ், many roses united and form a large garland. So அந்த மாதிரி தான். அப்ப ஸ்டார்ச்ன்றது ஒரு பெரிய ஒரு காம்ப்ளெக்ஸ் சப்ஸ்டன்ஸ். அதுல என்ன இருக்குது? many flower like individuals. யாரு? குளுக்கோஸ். அப்ப குளுக்கோஸ்ன்ற சின்ன சின்ன பூ ஒண்ணா சேர்ந்துதான், யூனிட் ஒண்ணா சேர்ந்தா பெரிய ஸ்டார்ச். அப்ப இந்த ஸ்டார்ச்ன்றது நம்ம பாடி அப்படியே எடுத்துக்க முடியாது. So it should be converted into micromolecules. அப்ப starch is the macro. இது என்ன ஆகுது? that glucose plus glucose convert ஆகுது. So our body can absorb only the glucose, not the starch, since it is a macromolecule. Similarly, that protein. So protein that are made up of amino acids, many amino acids. So that is the building blocks of the protein, that amino acids unite and form a protein. So protein is a macromolecule, it should be broken into the amino acids. And fat or lipid, so it is made up of fatty acid and glycerol. Fatty acid and glycerol. Okay, so these are the micromolecules. Okay, that aim of the the digestion is these complex substances, it should be converted into these smaller substances, right? So then only these smaller substances only our body can absorb. So for that purpose there is a digestion. So that is the objective of the digestion. That is the aim of the ultimate aim of the digestion. Okay, so it then only it absorbs and mixed in the bloodstream. That mixed in the bloodstream, and that blood that transported to all the that nook and corner of the body, all the tissues which are transported where the oxidation takes place and energy is produced. Okay, so the food substances which are converted in, that is according to the internal environment, that aim that convert the food we consume, it should be converted according to the internal environment. Okay, internal environment. Okay, that is the function of the digestive system. That is, this is the macromolecules and these are the micromolecules. So it is the break converted. Okay, that larger into simpler, larger into simpler. Okay, and this is so important, maybe in asked in 2 marks or 3 marks area. So that is commonly, it is a nutrition, comes under the one word, that is a nutrition, that is procuring food, taking food. That is called, okay, nutrition. Simply that includes 5 stages, 5 stages. That nutrition which includes the 5 stages, that process involves the 5 stages. Nutrition, one of the stages is digestion. Okay, that nutrition procuring food. We eat food, that is called ingestion, doctor injecting. Okay, and introduce the medicine into the body. So like that we inject the food, that is ingestion. Intake of the food, that is ingestion, that is first, should not change the order. After taking in, it should be converted, that is the second phase, that is digestion. That is digestion, and after digested, the food is digested, it should be absorbed. Okay, third and fourth is assimilation. What is assimilation? That food, okay, it converted into energy and cellular constituents. Okay, after that food which are that is absorbed, which is resynthesized into the original substances. நம்ம உடம்புல கொழுப்பு இருக்குன்றோம், புரியுதுங்களா? கார்போஹைட்ரேட்லாம் வந்து எக்ஸஸ் ஆஃப் குளுக்கோஸ், கிளைகோஜன் அப்படின்ற ஃபார்மில் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நம்ம பாடியில் வந்து ஸ்டோர் ஆகும். அப்போ ஒன்ஸ் அகெயின் தட் சிம்பிளர் சப்ஸ்டன்சஸ் ஆர் ரீசிந்தசைஸ்ட் இன்டு கன்வெர்டட் இன்டு ஒரிஜினல். ஓகே, அது அசிமுலேஷன், எனர்ஜியாக கன்வெர்ட் ஆகும், செல்லுலர் காம்பனன்ட்ஸாக கன்வெர்ட் ஆகும். தட் இஸ் கால்டு அசிமுலேஷன். தட் இஸ் தி fourth. And fifth is the egestion. Finally, undigested waste materials are sent out from the body. Okay, as feces. Okay, as stools. That is called elimination. So what are the processes in nutrition? Ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and egestion. So food undergo these changes. Okay, okay, first taking food. Okay, so these are that phases or process in nutrition. The one of the process that is we are discussing the digestion. Okay, all right, where the digestion takes place. So this is the answer. So digestion takes place inside the digestive system. Inside the digestive system. So this is our human digestive system. Okay, so this is the human, so digestive system. The digestive system, you know that system, if it is a system that is composed of many organs unite and form that organs of the same function unite and perform a single function is called organ system. So here the system that meant for the digestion is called digestive system, right? What are the components? What are the components of the digestive system? So the digestive system, it includes, that is made up of the alimentary canal and the associated glands or accessory gland. Alimentary canal it is a tube that starts in mouth and ends in anus. It is a continuous tube. It is a continuous tube. The alimentary canal, so this is a tube. It is continuous, a tract, alimentary canal or gastrointestinal tract that starts in mouth and ends in anus. Okay, that alimentary canal, and the accessory glands are associated digestive glands. Accessory glands are associated digestive glands. That that chemical digestion that break down the complex molecules into simpler, it needs enzymes. With the help of the enzymes only, that chemical digestion takes place. That chemical, the digestion process takes place. So here the digestive glands are responsible for the production of the enzymes. So the enzymes which act as the catalyst. It is a biocatalyst. Okay, it's act as the biocatalyst. That means the living system itself produces. That's why, so we are adding the prefix. It is a bio. So enzyme act as the biological reaction that catalyze and produce in the biological system itself. That's why enzymes are produced in our body. It's a biocatalyst. That are biocatalysts. So that biocatalysts are synthesized by the digestive gland. So the alimentary canal which are associated with the digestive glands. Now we are going to discuss that components. Okay, what is alimentary canal? What are the structure and accessory gland? Both we are going to discuss in detail, right? Okay, then what is the structure of alimentary canal? Okay, it is a continuous tube. It is a continuous tube, that alimentary canal, which is a continuous tube that starts in mouth. That starts in mouth. Okay, mouth leads to the buccal cavity, vaikuri, mouth, buccal cavity. Then buccal cavity leads to pharynx, right? Tondai, pharynx. It is a common for the air and the food. Pharynx, and pharynx leads to the esophagus. It's a narrow tube. Okay, esophagus. Then esophagus. So connects the esophagus, narrow tube that connects the pharynx and stomach. Okay, the stomach is the next region in the gastrointestinal tract, so which is that is a sac-like structure, and next to the stomach is the small intestine. Next to the stomach is the small intestine. Then after small intestine is the large intestine. Okay, this is large intestine, and large intestine that reaches the rectum. Okay, rectum where the fecal matters are stored temporarily. And the rectum opens exterior through the anus. It's an opening, right? It is a continuous tube. It is a continuous tube, that alimentary canal or gastrointestinal tract. That is a continuous tube. Mouth leads to buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, and small intestine, large intestine, rectum, and anus. And the anus. So these are the various regions. Okay, of the alimentary canal. It is a continuous tube. Okay, that is that starts initial entrance is the mouth and exit way out is the anus. What are all the various regions in the gastrointestinal parts? Mouth, buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus, stomach. That is intestine, small intestine, and large intestine. Okay, that's all. These are the various regions of the gastrointestinal tract. Okay, now, so we are going to discuss in detail about each and every organ, each and every that part, that region. Okay, the first is the mouth. Mouth. It is the entrance, okay, way in, entrance, in, way in. It mainly responsible for the reception of the food, which receives the food. Okay, mouth, then mouth leads to buccal cavity. Mouth leads to, okay, this is opening is mouth, mouth leads to the next, mouth leads to buccal cavity. Okay, this is buccal cavity, vaikuri or cavity. Mouth, that opening, this opening is mouth, this opening is mouth, then next this is mouth, that mouth leads to that cavity, this is buccal cavity, buccal cavity. Okay, or which is also known as oral cavity, oral cavity, a cavity, okay, a cavity, a cave, குழி, வாய் குழி அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க, அதான் cavity. So buccal cavity or the oral cavity. Okay, and what are the structures which are seen? What are the structures which are seen in the buccal cavity? So it contains teeth, tongue, also salivary glands. Okay, also the salivary glands are there. Salivary glands. What are the structures so which are found in the buccal cavity? Teeth, tongue, and salivary gland. That buccal cavity contains the salivary gland, that we are going to discuss in detail separately. 3 pairs of salivary gland that secrete saliva: parotid, sublingual, submandibular, 3 pairs. Okay, of salivary gland, tongue and teeth. One by one we are going to discuss in detail. Okay, take now the teeth. Already I said that is a teeth, teeth or that, teeth plural, tooth singular. Okay, that is our human, that teeth, certain terminologies you should know, certain terms. Our human teeth, that dentition, that arrangement, dentition, that arrangement. Okay, our teeth, it is called thecodont. It is called thecodont. Thecodont. Don means dentition, that word related to that teeth. Like it's a cardio, heart, right? Similarly, that don't, dentition, that word related to teeth. What is thecodont? That means that each tooth is that fit into the, that embedded into the socket of the jawbone. Socket of the jawbone. That jawbone, bone. The teeth பாருங்க, the teeth என்ன இருக்கு? That fit into the socket. Socket உள்ள fit ஆயிருக்கு. எப்படி ட்ரீஸ்லாம் வந்து எப்படி இருக்குது, சாயில் அப்படியே எப்படி வந்து ஃபிட் ஆகிருக்குதோ, எப்படி அந்த ரூட் போயிட்டு ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணியிருக்குதோ, அந்த மாதிரி இதை ஜாப் போனில் என்ன இருக்குது? ஷாக்கெட். சரிங்களா? ஷாக்கெட்னா என்னது? ஹோல்ஸ் இருக்குது. ஓகே, அதுக்குள்ளே என்ன இருக்காங்க? த டீத், திஸ் இஸ் டீத், இமேஜின் திஸ் இஸ் டீத். த டீத் இஸ் a fit into the socket which was found in the jawbone. So this condition is called thecodon. நீங்கள் எடுக்க முடியாது. பல்ல புடுங்கிடுவோன்னு சொல்றதுலாம் சும்மா சொல்றது, புடுங்க முடியாது. நாட் ஈஸி. புரியுதுங்களா? பிகாஸ் இட்ஸ் ஸ்ட்ராங், இட் இஸ் fit, firmly fit into the socket. That condition is called thecodon. Maybe 2 mark or 1 mark area. What is thecodont? What is thecodont? Thecodont. Theco means chamber or compartment. Chamber or compartment. That's why it's a human dentition. It's said to be thecodont. And next is diffeodont. Another terminology. Diffeodont. You know already, dont, it is a dentition, that word related to teeth. And die means two. Die means two. That means in our lifespan, in one's lifespan, we possess 2 sets of teeth. We possess 2 sets of teeth. That condition is called diffeodont. two sets of teeth. You know that when we are young, that is the childhood, that is called milk teeth or temporary teeth. That is called milk teeth or temporary teeth. Milk teeth or temporary teeth, that is also known as deciduous teeth, which are 20 in number. 20 in number, very important. When we were young, that is the childhood stage, we possess a teeth that is called temporary teeth or the milk teeth, or which is also known as deciduous teeth. பால் பற்கள்னு சொல்லுவோம். அது 20 in number. அது என்ன ஆகும்? It will shed. திரும்ப next ஒரு செட் முளைக்கும். அதுதான் that is called permanent teeth. Permanent teeth or adult teeth. Permanent teeth or adult teeth which are 32 in number. எத்தனை டீத் இருக்கும்? 32. அடிச்சேன்னா 32 பல்லும் கொட்டிடுன்னு சொல்லுவான். அது டென்டல் ஃபார்முலா. அது 32 டீத் இருக்கும். புரியுதுங்களா? 32 பல்லு இருக்கும். அது பர்மனன்ட் டீத். புரியுதுங்களா? அப்ப நம்ம in our lifetime we possess 2 sets of teeth, Heterodon. Okay, now I hope you all understood. Temporary milk teeth, temporary teeth or பால் பற்கள் டெம்பரவரியா இருக்கும். அது 20. நமக்கு இருக்குது இப்ப அடல்ட். இது கொட்டினா முளைக்காது. ஓகே, so why that the temporary teeth or milk teeth is called deciduous teeth? Why it is called deciduous teeth? அப்படியே கொஞ்சம் பேக்ல போங்க. ஜஸ்ட் ரீகால். ஜியோகிராஃபில சொல்லி கொடுத்துருப்பாங்க deciduous forest ன்னு சொல்லிட்டு. அது என்ன பண்ணும்? that shed the leaves, that shed the leaf. இலை உதிர் காடுகள்னு சொல்றோம் இல்லைங்களா? அந்த மாதிரி இலையை கொட்டும். அதான் deciduous forest. இந்த டீத் என்ன பண்ணும்? ஷெட் ஆகுது. Shed ஆகுது. So that's why that milk teeth or temporary teeth is called deciduous teeth. Maybe hard question, higher order of thinking. Why it is called? Give reason why it is called deciduous teeth. Because that the milk teeth or the temporary teeth which shed. Okay, and then in that place the permanent teeth or adult teeth, permanent teeth or adult teeth will grow. So that milk teeth is called deciduous teeth. Okay, that the milk teeth which are 20 in number, permanent teeth 32 in number. 32 in number. Okay, that the existence of or the presence of the 2 sets of teeth in one's lifetime, that condition is called Heterodon. 2 set of teeth நமக்கு இருக்கும் ஒருத்தவங்க லைஃப் டைம்லயும். Okay, now you know what is Heterodon and Heterodon. Okay, then next is Heterodon. Heterodon. Hetero means different. Hetero means different. Okay, hetero means different. That means we possess different, the structurally and functionally different types of teeth we have. What are the incisors? Okay, incisors broader இருக்கு பாருங்க, ஃப்ரண்ட்ல இருக்குல்ல, அதான் incisors. Okay, or chisel like cutting teeth. Chisel உளி வச்சுக்காங்கல்ல, carpenters. Okay, that is incisors or chisel like cutting teeth. Okay, cutting that meant for incisors, that meant for okay, it is chisel like and that meant for cutting. அப்ப incisors are meant for cutting. That is symbol is I. Okay, then next canines. See, canine சிங்கப்பல்லுன்னு சொல்லுவான். Tearing, carnivorous animal, dog, lion, tiger க்குலாம் இருக்கும் பாருங்க, pointed, அதான் that is canines. Dagger shaped, that meant for pointed. That meant for tearing. Incisors for cutting and that canines for tearing. Premolars, முன்கடவாய் பற்கள்னு சொல்லுவான். Premolars. Okay, that meant for grinding, and molars that meant for grinding and crushing. என்ன சார் இப்ப பாருங்க. ஸோ இதான் வந்து ஃப்ரண்ட்ல வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா ப்ராடா இருக்கும், நமக்கு இந்த மாதிரி இருக்கும். ஸோ இதான் வந்து இன்சிசர்ஸ். கெனைன்ஸ் வந்து பாருங்க இப்படி ஷார்ப்பா இருக்கும். ஸோ கெனைன். இந்த ப்ரீமோலார் அண்ட் மோலார் இருக்கும் பாருங்க, அது வந்து இட் இஸ் மென்ட் ஃபார் கிரைண்டிங். அது பாத்தீங்கன்னா எப்படி இருக்கும்னா, இந்த சர்ஃபேஸ் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா அப் அண்ட் டவுன்ஸா இருக்கும். surface up and down இருக்கு, அப்பதான் grip இருக்கும். Okay, அப்பதான் that it grinds. So this is a premolar. Imagine this is premolar and this is molar. What is the difference? So that that head, that upper, that surface, there are up and downs are there. Okay, ridges and furrows are there. Okay, what is the difference? That premolar, which are narrow, which is small, less number of ridges and furrows are there. That is that up and downs are there. Here that more in number. Okay, that furrows and ridges. Okay, that up and downs, irregular. Okay, so that is so this is the premolar and this is molar. This is the incisors and this is canine. Appa we possess different types of teeth, that structurally different, also they functionally different. So the structurally and functionally, the presence of the different types of teeth is called heterodon. Different. Heterodon. So what are the types? Incisors, canine, premolars and molars. இது premolars, முன் கடவாய்ப்பல் கடைசியில் இருக்குது, கடவாய்ப்பல். அதான் premolars முன்னாடி இருக்குது, premolar, மோலாருக்கு முன்னாடி இருக்குது, pre லாஸ்ட்ல இருக்கும், அதான் வந்து that is called molars. That is meant for both are meant for that premolar and molar are meant for the grinding, chewing, mastication. Also that molars then meant for crushing. என்ன பண்றோம், அப்படியே crush பண்றோம், புரியுதுங்களா? Okay, crushing also, that is the grinding and crushing, that molars generally that meant for grinding the food. And you know, sir, we are that is cutting, that is tearing and grinding, all that is we are doing with the help of our teeth. So that so in order to grind, it should be hard, that the grinding surface should be hard, so that our teeth, so which is covered, the teeth is covered with a substance that is called enamel. Okay, that gives strength, that is meant for mastication. Adam, that and harder இருக்கும், the hardest substance in the body is enamel. The hardest substance in the body is enamel. மேல என்ன இருக்கும், டீத் மேல ஒரு there is a coating, ஒரு coating இருக்கும், ஒரு coating இருக்கும், that is called ஒரு coating இருக்கும், that gives a hardness, also that gives a shining. Okay, also that gives a shining. Okay, shining to the teeth. That enamel, which is the hardest substance in the body, in our body, which is harder than the bone. Harder than the bone. So which is the hardest substance. So in our body, that enamel, that each tooth is covered by the enamel. Okay, the next is the dental formula. I said the different heterodon, that means that different types of teeth, namely that incisors, canine, premolars and molars. Here that arrangement, the arrangement of that teeth in upper and lower jaws, so we can written as a formula that is called dental formula. That arrangement we can as that order of arrangement we can represent. Okay, so that is called, that representation is called dental formula. So this is upper jaw, and this is the lower jaw. So this is that number and order of arrangement. 2 by 2, 1 by 1, 2 by 2, 3 by 3. What is this? இப்போ நம்ம ஜா இருக்குல்ல, எப்படி இருக்கு பாருங்க, இது ஒரு அப்பர் ஜா, ஒரு ஜா எடுத்துக்கோம். இப்போ நம்ம என்ன பண்றோம், தட் இஸ் இந்த ஒரு ஜா வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா நம்ம ஒரு ஹாஃப் எடுத்துக்கிறோம். இந்த ஹாஃப்ல வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா இருக்கக்கூடிய அதுதான் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா 2 1 2 3. That means 2 incisors, 1 canine, that is 2 premolars and 3 molars. ஒரு half. இது வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா this is for upper jaw, this is for lower jaw. ஏன் ஒரு half எடுக்கிறோம் அப்படின்னு வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா, that is the next half வந்து symmetrical. இங்க என்ன இருக்கோ அதே தான் இருக்கும். ஓகே. ஸோ அதனால் in order to shorten the formula நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுறோம், we are considering the one half of the, so either upper or lower jaw. ஓகே, ஒரு half தான் பண்ணுறோம். இப்போ பாருங்க, இது வந்து பாருங்க ஒரு தட் இஸ் ஒரு இந்த அப்பர் லோயர் ஜா, இதில் வந்து ஒரு சைடு தான் நம்ம பண்ணியிருக்கோம். அப்போ நம்ம என்ன, தட்ஸ் வை வந்து மல்டிப்ளை பை 2, புரியுதுங்களா? அப்போ இது 8 வரும் உங்களுக்கு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா. அப்போ 8 by 8 16, அப்படியே இன்டூ 2 32, 16 இன்டூ 2 32 டீத் வந்துடும். அப்போ திஸ் இஸ் தி டென்டல் ஃபார்முலா. ஓகே, 2 1 2 3 இது டென்டல் ஃபார்முலா. ஓகே, இந்த மில்க் டீத்துக்கு ஒரு அடிஷ்னலாக ஒன்று கேட்பாங்க. இது வந்து திஸ் இஸ் தி டென்டல் ஃபார்முலா ஃபார் தி பெர்மனன்ட் டீத். திஸ் இஸ் பெர்மனன்ட் டீத். மில்க் டீத்துக்கு இது வந்து ஃபார்முலா ஃபார் தி பர்மனன்ட் டீத். இன்னொன்று காம்படிட்டிவ் எக்ஸாம்ஸ் எல்லாம் கேட்பாங்க, வாட் இஸ் தி டென்டல் ஃபார்முலா ஃபார் மில்க் டீத் ஆர் டெசிடியூஸ் டீத். மில்க் டீத் ஃபார்முலா இதே தான். 1 0 2 2 2 by 2 1 by 1 0 by 0 2. இந்த ப்ரீமோலார்ஸ் இருக்காது குழந்தைங்களுக்கெல்லாம், பாருங்களேன், இருக்காது. பேக்ல 2 டீத் இருக்கும். ஸோ இதுதான் திஸ் இஸ் தி ஃபார்முலா ஃபார் தி டென்டல் ஃபார்முலா ஃபார் மில்க் டீத். 2 2 1 or 2, இது 2 1 2 3, 2 1 2 3. ஓகே, பாருங்க இது 20 தான் வரும் பாருங்க. ஓகே, 5 5 by 5 டிவைட்லாம் பண்ணிடாதீங்க. அப்பரில் ஒரு ஹாஃபில் 5, அப்போ 10 இன்டூ 2 20 வந்துச்சுங்களா, அவ்வளோதான். அப்போ நம்ம ஃபார்முலா கரெக்ட், ஆன்சர் கரெக்டாக வந்துருச்சு. ஓகே, ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் தி டென்டல் ஃபார்முலா. வாட் இஸ் டென்டல் ஃபார்முலா? ஓகே, தி அரேஞ்ச்மெண்ட் அண்ட் ஆர்டர், தி அரேஞ்ச்மெண்ட், தி நம்பர், அரேஞ்ச்மெண்ட் அண்ட் ஆர்டர், ஆர்டர் நம்பர். ஸோ அதெல்லாம் பண்ணிட்டு எப்படி ஹவ் இட் இஸ் ஸோ அரேஞ்ச், இந்த நம்பர் அண்ட் அரேஞ்ச்மெண்ட்டை பேஸ் பண்ணி நம்ம அதை ரெப்ரசன்ட் பண்ணுறோம். தட் இஸ் டென்டல் ஃபார்முலா. ஓகே, தட்ஸ் ஆல் டுடேஸ் செஷன். வி கேன் வைண்ட் அப் வித் திஸ். வி கேன் கண்டினியூ tomorrow. The rest of the things will continue tomorrow. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye bye.